Hi there. I'm gonna quickly go over the trade that I took in the morning session today. December 23rd, I took not one, like four entries. Now, I'm not in my control, to be honest. After my first loss, I was like getting mad. Just give me a second. First thing first, I'm just starting with the daily. So, this is the daily time frame. As you can clearly see, please break this level. Nice pull back to this point. So, market is basically bullish. Drop down to the breaker and it start to reverse the direction. So my draw on liquidity from higher time frame, especially weekly, is this. So you can clearly see the beautiful reaction. Monday gap up, market open higher and try to trade higher and close here. Today it's trade lower, swept the previous day low and trade all the way up to previous day high. Okay. So this is the 4 hour time frame. You can clearly see the fair value gap right here. This is the whole swing happened after this change the state of this fair value gap. So after this, what happened? It plays trade gap up, trade all the way up to this fair value gap. You can clearly see it's kind of holding the price, and you can clearly see the accumulation. It's not only holding; it's come all the way down and swept the low. It's not a proper sweep; it's just swept, but it's failed to displace higher. Instead, it's kind of accumulated here. Drop on last time, swept this both lows, pretty much fill this gap. Then what happened? 10 o'clock, manipulating lower, expanding higher. We already got the sweep, but 10 o'clock just manipulating lower, then it's expand higher towards the previous day high. Got it? 1 hour. At this point, I was expecting the market to dump to this point. If it break this level, created an imbalance, it will be like that, but it's kind of failed to create a fair value gap. Instead, it's after as soon as it's reached this point, it start to displace higher, right? Displace higher. It's 10 o'clock candle manipulating lower, close higher, break the structure. So obviously we can expect this will be the draw, which is the previous day high. M15, M15 gives a beautiful narrative, bro. So major sell side, which is previous day high, I didn't mark that. And these are the session highs, like in the Asian session, and this is the London session high. Please drop all the way down. Um, Swap this major liquidity like previous day low. Sell liquidity has been taken. Then what happened? Here we got a clean inversion. Please trade all the way up to this session highs. The session highs has been not taken yet. The next candle this is a 9:30 candle, 9:30 to 9:45. And next candle swept the high, swept this session highs and drop lower all the way down to this initial inversion. And you can clearly see it's open up this bullish fair value gap. And price failed to close below this inversion and this bullish fair value up holding the price. And if we drop down to and you can see that is nothing after this sweep, there is no structure, that's nothing, there's just an impulsive move, just a manipulation move all the way down to this point. Here we already got an SMT, we already got the major sell side taken, we already got an inversion, we got a bullish fair value gap. So there's a lot of reason for us to go for bull buy here and looking for the looking this as our target, and this is our final target, the major liquidity like previous day high, right? Uh, but I didn't mark it. To be honest, I'm not marked this fair value gap. I'm not marked this fair value gap either. I kind of identified it in the later like post market review, but I should you notice this fair value gap respect. And obviously I execute one short entry here. If I'm just waiting for this candle closure, most probably I'm not entering in any kind of short here, because it's clearly like there is no structure, there is no fair value gap here for me to go for a short. And this both fair value gaps holding the price like inversion and this M15. So but I need to drop down to the lower time frame and see any kind of reaction for me to go for bullish. Already the sell side taken, right? So M5 you can clearly see this is also data candle 8:30. Price drop lower, The last fair value gap get tapped. It's printed SMT here. This is where we get the last down close candle here. It's closed above. Market open big dump, big pump to the towards upside. Um, it's leave this session high open and drop down to the fair value gap. Then it's kind of a first leg drop down, go all the way up. You can clearly see the sweep of the high. The sweep of the high indicates its price wanted to go lower, at least to the fair value gap, at least to the fair value gap to the 50 percentage point or this inversion point or the initial breaker. So this is the three things we can target if we are if we are engaging in any kind of short. This will be the first if you entered any kind of short here because it's swept the first leg and it's give the inversion in 1 minute. Which is the entry model after the session highs. We got a big fair value gap. So what we can do, we can mark the fair value gap and target the 50 percentage of the level, or we can target that inversion. These both are pretty solid target, and the final target would be this level. This is the final target, bro. After this, we have to check if the price rips lower, then the draw obviously going to be lower. But we can clearly see the respect of the breaker, right? The breaker, the initial change, the state, the last down close candle close over, right? Clearly respect that. Clearly get respect when we got the inversion, and as soon as we get the inversion and the following candle respect that inversion candle, we can clearly see the body under the wick and the next candle trade above, and we inverted the fair value gap. Clearly take this high and this high in the later session. So the place where I short is obviously bullshit short, bro. There is no point for me to execute that short entry, which is something not good. Okay, this is the M3 time frame. So the same thing, like this is how change the state, boom, micro open, big dump, big pump, first leg getting swept. First leg break, if it created a fair value up here, we can expect some bullish price action, but it's kind of swept and rips lower, and we can so it's drop all the way down to the breaker. Not only to the breaker, this is the market opening candle, right? This is where the market open and pump higher, right? And price not only reach the breaker but also take out the market opening range, like the 930 candle. The 930 candle low has been taken, breaker getting respected, the high time frame value getting respected. We can clearly see that inversion, the last fair value that holding the price well to clear up this low. Instead it's get inverted, created a bullish fair value up here, and we can clearly see the nice rejection. If you plot this fair value gap, you can clearly see body stayed above. There is no candle close inside this range, and this we can clearly see the rejection. This internal speed, we got to change the state and trade all the way up. And we as soon as we get the candle close above, we are good. We can target this high. I close my profits around. I take my partials inside this. I don't need to worry about this fair value, but still I kind of hesitate to hold my whole full position. I kind of take some partials here and move my entry to break even, and I take my final take profit at around this point. M1 time frame, it will be here, bro. M1 time frame, I could open big pump, leave the session high intact, drop down, and uh, you can clearly see that what happened before it take this high. It's created a fair value gap. That fair value beautifully respect. You can clearly respect, like please fail to close inside this range. We got a nice rejection. We got a good pump up. So the next candle I entered, put my stop around this, like here, but it's completely reversed its direction. It stopped immediately. As soon as I identified, as soon as I identified this rejection failed, I entered my short here, like using my 30-second confidence. As soon as price dips below this level, I entered with the 30-second confidence, put the stop at this range, and targeting like not targeting the actual price. Honestly, whatever I explained earlier in with the higher time frame, that should be the target. That should be the number one priority. At least we can target the date session, like the market open 9:30, right? But I was not that confident. I already took a loss, and I kind of take this entry, and I don't have the proper target. I my only target is just to break even the day, kind of kind of fighting back. And around this range, I made it. I I took my loss back. I recovered it, but I never stopped at this point. So this is first entry. This is my second entry. Third entry would be here. The reason for the third entry, I consider it is maybe it is a liquidity zone, price kind of manipulating higher, take the session highs and inverter here, and it's kind of a big drop, right? As soon as I identified the big drop, I wait to see what's happened here. Price rebalance to this fair value gap, and it's created a give a really nice push towards downside. So this is where I entered my short and put the stop at this high, and it stopped me out. Fucked up, right? Kind of chasing the price, bro. Not patient enough to wait and seeing the price action. I'm not waiting to see the 15 minutes candle. I'm not even check the 15 minutes M15 fair bullish fair value up here. I'm not even mark the clean draw on liquidity. I'm not even understand there is nothing here inside this swing. There is nothing, right? Yeah, there is a fair value gap. If it's flipped, that's it. That's all good. If it's closed above, which means it's not going to be anything. This is the nothing. There is no nothing here. This whole swing is to rebalance, is to take this market open low and rebalance this breaker. That's it. So it's a weak swing. There is no fair value. There is no displacement. There is nothing here, bro. As soon as price will drop down to this level, take this low to this breaker, initial breaker. The series last series of down close kind of here. It's close over, right? What happened here? What happened here is it's kind of rebalanced to these fair value gaps, and it's failed to clear out this low. Instead, it gives this inversion with this change in the state. So I entered my position here, not here, I guess, here, and this fair value beautifully respect. And here it's the internal. Give me 1 second, bro. I kind of getting distracted. Okay. Oh yeah, bro. That's it, bro. I kind of at this point I closed my profits here, and I'm not stopped right there. Kind of got confused. Maybe the draw is going to be lower, so I as soon as I identify get this reaction, like as soon as I identify this aspect, I see the 30-second inversion with a big displacement with this fair value gap. So I enter my position here for the stop at the high. Here I get stopped out. Again I lower down $600. As soon as I identified like okay, it's a breaker holding, we in the last value of that holding the price got inverted with this change in the state. So we got this inversion. So the man lost manipulation swing holding the fair value gap got in here we get the inversion, here we get the change in the state, also a fair value gap. So I entered and and I put my stop around this range. The stop is good, but the position is pretty big. I kind of revenged very so badly. Kind of already lost $500. Here I attempted like I put my entry right there, and I risked $850 because my contract size is pretty big. So I put my right there, and as soon as I identified the internal sweep and this changed the state, I entered five more contracts and moved all my stock to this point. Not even this point, to the consequent encroachment of this week, and it's created a fair value gap, and that value gap will be respected and trade all the way up. Here I close my first partials, my second partials around this range, around this candle. I think I closed my second position, full position. So it's pretty much it. This is what I did today. Nothing much to talk. A lot of mistakes like first entry. Kind of it is not my entry, but I tried with one of my recently found guy like YouTuber like Benjamin. It is basically his entry. I just took it. He's also take this entry. The reason why it's not worked because it's already swept the reason why it's not worked is it's already swept the session highs and the fair value of that holding the price, and it's already also swept the second first leg. There is no candle close, there is no displacement, there is no fair value gap. It gives some reaction, bro. It gives some reaction, good, nice reaction. Here it also gives some really good, nice reaction, but it's nothing worth it. You need to focus on the draw on liquidity. The draw on liquidity is matters the most than anything else. Once you find the draw on the direction, then everything going to be good for you. So it's all good. I kind of fighting. I'm not disciplined. I kind of fighting the market. I'm not waiting for proper entry model. This is the clean entry for the day. This would be the entry. As soon as it's flipped, we can enter it. Nice entry. We can target some sort of say 50 percentage, whatever the thing you can target. Otherwise, as soon as I identify the 15 minutes time frame, you can execute the entry. This should be the proper entry, bro. Fail to clear the first leg, instead it give the inversion. As long as it gives the inversion, we can enter here, put the stop by the slow, wait for the change the state. Next time to change the state. She's also created a fair value gap, so we are so good. We can put the stop at this point. We can expect the push towards higher. As soon as it's flipped the value here, we can that could be good. That's it.